Now, I'm still kind of learning the whole Blackboard thing. So, the discussion I just saw where Rachel, one of our students, Rachel, we don't have to give a last name, right? She went in there, created a thread, which was what I wanted to do. But I guess, in theory now, at this point, you can either respond to her thread with your favorite method, or you can create a new one. It doesn't matter. As long as everybody gets in there. I'll look into that a little bit better. Maybe I need to start the thread and say, okay, under here, respond to me with the response. Again, you can check back to the first video to see what that question is. The second video is going to cover the rest of the Learn Smart. We have to go back to these problems in a different way. And then we're going to do like a balance sheet and an income statement, and then we're about done, okay? So, I think there's an LCM thing too, which is lower cost to market. Anyway, for those that have already done this, like the Tuesday, Thursday class, your question for, we'll just make it easy, right? So we'll do even non-accounting. Since you're currently, we answer the question, yeah, that's right. You may have to just go to where I've got something and click on that, and you can either, if you're the first one, then create a thread. If somebody else has already done it, then you can just respond to their thread. It doesn't matter. But your second question is, for those that don't need to necessarily watch this because we've covered it Tuesday, Thursday, and you're good, it's just because all sports are currently canceled pretty much across America. You're probably missing your favorite sports team. So your second question is, go ahead, just tell me, what is your favorite sports team? Whether it's baseball, softball, I don't care, college, pro. But if you just go ahead and put in there, the second question for Chapter 6 is to tell me your favorite sports team. That can be any sport, pro, college, I don't care, right? So go to your discussion board and go to the second question, and my question to you there is, name your favorite sports team. And if you don't have one, then you can always just put, our mascot, if you like. That's fine too. Okay. So anyway, there's been a lot of movement of the Bears, right? So they got Nick Foles now. We'll see how that works out. It's going to be bad for Trubisky. Maybe they get rid of him. I haven't even looked. I don't care. But anyway, let's do this. Let's get back to work here and get through this real quick. So we've got so it's the same stuff. So we're going to fill it in a different little format, okay? And this is going to be, if you notice, it's got here periodic information system. So it's a little bit different. It's not the same. It's essentially, when you do the periodic system, you don't worry about recording the movement of inventory until the end of the month. So it's like all your sales can happen at the end of the month, which is kind of strange because we have actual dates of sales. And there's only really one system to be any different for, and I'll point it out when we get to it. So let's look at filling this stuff in. So for December 7th, remember we had 10 units at $6 a piece. So 10 at 6. Okay? And then on the 14th, we bought 20 more at $12 a piece. And we've got the 15 units at $14 a piece is our last purchase. Okay? I'm trying to fill out my board here as I go, so let me fill these numbers in. I just didn't want to have to get a calculator out. Okay, so let me show you what I got here on the board. Ooh. It's just a recap of what we just filled in, right? And we'll come back to this in a minute, all right? In a minute. All right. We'll try to work with it here in my lap. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of big, though. A little bit too big. All right. So this is first in, first out. So remember, the sale actually occurs, right in here, right? If you think about it, it's the 15th. It's right after the 14th. But we're just going to assume that the sale happened at the end of the month. So the sale could happen on, the end of the month down here at the bottom, below all the purchases. But this first method is not really, I don't know if no, that's a little late. I'll have to see when I started. It just popped up in chat that I just went live. I went live about, hopefully, 5 minutes ago. But anyway, we're not going to consider the date when the sale occurred. we're just going to use these three groups of inventory. Okay, so don't worry about the fact that the stuff was sold on the 15th. Doesn't matter. Okay, all it matters is we sold 15, and these are our three possible groups of inventory to remove from. Okay, doesn't matter when it occurred. So with first in, first out. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. Okay, at the top up here, we're going to take these 10 first. So these first 10 they're taken out of inventory at a cost of $6 a piece. So the number of units sold will be 10 at $6 a piece. It's already programmed $6 in, makes it a little bit easier for us. Okay? Alright, so the second thing we got is we still have to account for 5 more things. Remember, we sold 15 things. Okay? You see it. The very first line here, I'm going to highlight it for you. We sold 15 units on December 15th. We sold 15 units. Okay, and so we got to account for 5 more. So the next, listen to this. The next first, right? The next first group, if you want to say it that way, but really it's the second group. We use the first group, we go to the second group. Okay, so these 5 are going to come out of this cost. So we'll take 5 out of this group. Okay, at $12 a piece, and there's our 15 sold right there. Okay, so our ending numbers in units, we got 0 of the first group. We've got 15 left here, which would be the 20 that we started with, minus the 5 we removed to leave us with 15. And then the last one down here, we didn't touch this last group, so these 15 are still left down here. Okay, so that should be the solution to the first one. Okay, we'll leave this right now. I will in a minute. All right. We'll do a quick check. Make sure it. That's supposed to be 14. I typed it in wrong, so let's fix that real quick. That's $14. There we go. That's going to fix it. Nobody's perfect, right? All right. So there's that one, all right? So let's go on to the next one. We'll score it real quick and go to number 8. All right. And so this is the one that you can kind of say, it's kind of weird. Okay, it's kind of weird. Okay, but let's start up by putting our data back in. 10 at 6, 20 at 12, 15 at, let's do right, 14 this time. All right. Now, let me fill this board out. This is the only one that can be kind of weird. So December 15th, sold 15 units. All right, let's see what I got here. All right, so see what I got here, all right? My mouth a little so you can hear me. All right, anyway, down here's where our sale occurs on the 15th. So if you come up here and look, okay, well, it occurs, right in between those two purchases. So if I'm going to take the last stuff out first, well, then it would have to be the December 14th stuff because this stuff hasn't even got in there yet, right? It doesn't come in a week later. The problem, not the problem here, but the situation that makes it different is because we're using a periodic method, it doesn't matter when this sale occurs. What matters is that we sold 15 things. So when we look at this under this periodic method or periodic system, we just start at the bottom and work our way up. Okay, so this December 21st is where we'll pull our first cost from. Because we're just going to assume that sale, even though it was on December 15th, occurs at the end of the period. So for this method, our cost of inventory is going to be these 15 right here. All 15 will be costed out first in this problem. Okay, and nothing else is even touched. So 0 of these guys are affected at all. And our ending inventory will be the 10 here, the 20 here, and then there's 0 left of that last purchase. Okay, and that should be the solution to number 8, which is periodic LIFO. Okay, looks good. Okay. Now we're gonna go to score this answer. Now, I don't like the way number 9 looks. It's fine, but they they got kind of goofy down here. Let's start off by getting our stuff in. 10 at 6, 20 at 12, 15 at 14, okay? I'll give you a second to catch up there if you're typing along. Alright, I didn't add that up right, did I? 480. Oh, remember, I had the number typed in wrong. That's what my problem is. Whole time I had bad math on my board. Sad panda. Let's see. It's 210. That's right. I know I did wrong. Remember I had that typo on the first problem? No, it looks much better. Okay. There we go. We got it fixed. Look, I'm not smart. I'm not dumb. Okay, got it right. All right. So this one here, we got to figure out the weighted average cost, which is going to be the $510 cost of inventory divided by 45 units. Okay. So let me do that real quick. 510 divided by 45. I think it's what I know the answer, I think. Hang it. Let me get my calculator. 1 second. I should have pre-wrote it down. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to do it wrong. I think it's $11.33. Yeah. So the price here is $11.33 per unit. See it? 510 divided by 45. $11.33. So everything in inventory. Oh, that's my pen copy too. It's a brand new pen. I don't want to dry out. Oh, I found it good. All right. Finish up. 0.33. Okay, not 0.3. It's too much rounding. There we go. So, available for sale. So, these were all available for sale. We sold, and this is where it gets confusing. That's why I don't like the problem. We sold 15. So, because I sold 15, I got to subtract them out of inventory. So, negative 15 there, right? And that's where you get tricky when you do this problem. And those 15 will get a cost of $11.33. So, $11.33 is that cost. Okay. So we're going to subtract from inventory $170. Then what's left in inventory is 30 units at $340. It's still going to be that $11.33 if you do the math. Okay. And that's the solution. It gets a little weird down here. That's why I don't like it. Get up to the negative in. I just think it can be presented a little. It's fine. It just could be presented a little bit better. Okay. So there's number 9. And then number 10, specific identification. So specific identification doesn't really follow periodic versus perpetual. They have to tell you what's sold, so there's no real consideration. So let's put the stuff back in one more time. Then we're almost done with it finally. We got the 10 at 6, we got the 20 at 12, we got the 15 at 14. All right. Now, what was sold? It tells us right here that 8 are sold from December 7th. Okay, right there. 8 from the 7th. So 8 are sold here. And then 7 from the 14th. So there's our 15. Okay, it tells you which ones there are. And 0 here because it doesn't mention any. So what's left? We got 2 left here, which is the 10 minus the 8. You've got 13 left here, which is the 20 minus the 7. To get the 13. And then 15 minus 0 is 15. So there's that one. Nothing hard there. Actually, we only got one left, so we're going to be done quicker. I thought there was... I think the income statement actually was last chapter. It's okay. I'm sure you're brokenhearted. All right, number 11. Yeah, so this is the last topic of the chapter, which is lower cost or market. So you've got we've got some purchases here. It looks like it's some sort of like a outdoors type of store where you got mountain bikes and skateboards. I don't know what a glider is. I don't know if it's. I have no idea. But anyway, you've got that's what your inventory is. Let's go. So the first part is just putting the data in down here. So let's do that first. We got 11 units. The cost of the mountain bikes is $600. the market value is 550. Okay, we'll explain them after we type them. I'll explain them real quick once we type them in. Then we got the 13 here. The 350 is the cost, and the 425 is the market value. And then we got these gliders. I typed in way too many. 26 units. The price there is $800 for the cost. The market's $700. All right. So let's look at the mountain bikes first. All right. So we paid $600 a piece for these mountain bikes. Okay. Everybody else that sells the same mountain bike is selling them for $550 a piece. Okay. Who's going to come to our store and pay more than they gotta pay more than $600, right? If we sell them for $600, we're making $0. So we want to sell them for like $700. Nobody's gonna buy them. They're gonna go down the street where they got them at the market price at $550. So if there's no way we can sell these for $600 a piece, really you gotta sell them for more because you gotta make a profit. Then we need to adjust the value of inventory down to match. Essentially, it's like the replacement price. If we were to take one of those bikes and just run it through a shredder, okay, we would replace it by putting a piece in there that was $550. So we are lowering the value of our inventory to a market value, okay? And so we only want to move down. We never want to bump our inventory up to market, just down to value. So if something happened, maybe a new model came out and everybody wants that more, we have some overpriced inventory. We got to lower that price. So what we'll do is we will use the market price, which is the 11 times the 550. We're going to use the $6,050. Okay, so our inventory would have to be adjusted to, in that case, from 6,600 to 6,050. Okay, so we have to make a 550. I guess it's a 550 adjustment. The difference there is $50 per bike, and we have 11 of them. We would have to lower our inventory by that 550. Okay, when you look at skateboards, though, they cost us, $350, and they're selling on the market for, $425. So if we sell a bike at market price, we're still going to make a profit of about $75. Okay, $75 profit. So here, because our cost is less than market, we just use cost. Remember, it's the lower of either cost or market. Okay, so we will use the 4550 as our cost for the skateboards. Okay, and that gets us to our gliders. So our gliders, again, we're in a bad spot again. Okay, so they cost us. Oh, I messed up here. Oh man, hang on a second. I hit my mouse button. 4550. Okay. So we pay $800 a piece for these gliders, and if we're going to make $1 profit, we got to sell them for $801. Okay, but obviously the market price, nobody's going to buy our gliders for $800 when you can buy them the exact same one down the street for $700. So we got to lower ours again. Okay, so we're going to come here. We're going to use this one. We're going to use the market value of $18,200. Okay. So our cost is this needs to be the new value of our inventory. We need to mark down the mountain bikes, mark down the gliders. Skateboards would still stay at their actual cost. Okay, because they're still in a good spot. Anyway, all right. So again, your question for the second discussion question is simply just to tell me your favorite sports team, whether it's the Harlem Globetrotters or the New York Yankees or the Chicago Bears, okay, Real Madrid. I don't care, whatever sport it might be. Just plop in there for me. That way I know that you've either watched the video or somebody told you, hey, you need to go put this in the discussion board, right, because it's on the video. I'm probably going to come back on Wednesday and work some of the Unit 3 assignment, which will be probably, I think it's due currently on Friday. I'm probably going to make it Sunday night, to be honest. So if you want to pop back in on Wednesday, I'll be doing probably roughly half of the Unit 3 assignment with you if you want to follow along to help make sure you get some good scores on that assignment, okay? So from there, I'm going to leave it with you. I'm going to go make me some lunch, I guess, and then start preparing for. I got to do some auditing tomorrow, so that'll be fun, right? Anyway, don't forget your discussion questions. Email me if you have any questions or problems. I think I know I have one student I got to open some stuff up for. They requested. I'll do that for them here shortly as well, and respond to them appropriately. So these will be on YouTube soon. Once they're uploaded, I'll put the link in Blackboard, so you can go to Blackboard to find the link, and I'll even link it. I'll send the first one out in an email too, saying here's the link. All right, guys, we'll see you Wednesday if you want to pop in for some Unit 3 work. Stay safe, wash them hands, social distance yourself, and we'll get through this. It'll be all over here soon, and we'll be ready for the summer. Guys, take care. We'll see you Wednesday.